SWIFT directs trillions of dollars per year. And if SWIFT loses its dominance, it could be terrible for the U.S. economy. What I'd like to do now is talk about the SWIFT financial messaging system, because obviously they are not going to give over their position as the world leader of interbank transfers for companies, cross-border transfers, very easily. Obviously, they're going to try to stay on the edge of technology, and so they ought to be, I guess. I shouldn't have been surprised when I came across this article, because it just makes a lot of sense for them to do so. So the Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunications, or SWIFT, is piloting a project with a company called Symbiont. Now, I've heard of Symbiont before. They are heavy into the financial world, and they're heavy into, developing financial solutions for interbank communications. And a lot of times they're using things like Ripple, or they're using, other cryptocurrency type of methods in order to make interbank transfers or cross-border transfers more easy and more and less costly. So they've been in the market for quite a while. So it doesn't surprise me that an organization such as SWIFT is working with them. So SWIFT, I liked the statistics here. SWIFT delivers secure messages among 11,000 companies over 200 countries and territories, directing trillions of dollars in transactions. It is a big deal. It's a big deal on the level of a Visa and a MasterCard. I mean, they're one of the stodgy old line financial institutions that isn't going to rest its hold on its position in the market not very easily. They're going to try to hold on to their technology and keep advancing it so that people don't leave them. And frankly, the fact that the BRIC network has developed SIPs in competition to it, and then allowed Russia to get into that network so they could continue cross-border transfers among the BRIC countries, belies the fact that SWIFT is losing part of its market share always. Now, part of the interesting thing with SWIFT is that it's based on the dollar, and it is part of the US dollar dominance in the world, because SWIFT requires that if you're going to do an interbank transfer through them, that it goes from dollars to whatever currency, or from currency to dollars and then to the next country. So it requires the dollar, therefore requiring the dollar and directing trillions of those dollars a year is going to be hurtful if they lose their place. Hurtful to the U.S. economy is what I'm really trying to say. So they're working with Symbiont in order to innovate in that payment space to try to lower costs and increase efficiencies. So they're working with several other banks too. They're using smart contracts, of course, which are found on Ethereum mostly, and they're found on a couple other networks that try to compete with Ethereum. They're using those smart contracts to increase efficiencies, which just makes a whole lot of sense. I will be anxious to see more news as they continue to work through creating the blockchain and see if they can integrate it with the current SWIFT network, because that's going to create more efficiencies and then it's going to push people away from using true cryptocurrencies like Ripple or others to increase their ability to do cross-border transfers, because a lot of those companies that are going to Ripple and other places are trying to get out of SWIFT to do those transfers because SWIFT is so expensive. So they're going to try to hold on to their market as best they can.